Lesson 7.1, Independent Practice. Use the information given in the table to fill out the missing parts in each row. So we have this column that is the model. This one is repeated addition expression, multiplication expression, and total. So number one, the whole is one circle. So if the whole is one circle, we need to look at the whole and see how many pieces the whole is divided into. And this circle is divided into 4 pieces, and so is this circle. They're both divided into fourths. So we can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those segments or sections are colored in. That represents 7 fourths. As you can see over here, the total is 7 fourths. So the repeated addition expression for that would be, because we always have to add unit fractions to get the total, is 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to add 1/4 together 7 times. That gives us 7 fourths. Now, instead of adding, as you can see, to get 7 fourths by adding unit fractions, it's quite tedious. We can multiply. We can take 1/4 and simply multiply it by 7. And that means the same as adding 1/4 7 times to give us our total of 7 fourths. All right, so here they don't show us the model, but they do show us the repeated addition expression. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4 iterations or repetitions of 1/5 is 4 fifths. So over here, let's draw a rectangle, and we will divide it into 5 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to color in 4 of those sections or fifths. So by coloring in 4, this is 1/5, 2 fifths, 3 fifths, 4 fifths. And for our multiplication expression, all we're doing is multiplying 1/5 by 4. Number 3, they gave us the multiplication expression, which it doesn't matter if the whole number comes first or second. In our 2 previous equations, we wrote the unit fraction first. This means the same thing whether it says 3 times 1/6 or 1/6 times 3. So if we are repeating 1/6 3 times, it's going to look like 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6. 3 copies of 1/6, which we know is 3/6. Okay, so over here, the whole is sixths. So we will draw a circle and we will divide it up into 6 pieces. That was 8. There we go. And we will color in 3 of those sections. Number 4, the whole is 1 hexagon. Okay, well here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hexagons. And if the whole is 1 hexagon, then how much of the 1 hexagon is shaded in? Well, 1/2. So there are 2 pieces. So we can see over here, we have 8 halves over here. See, we counted, and 8 half pieces of each hexagon are shaded in. So we can write the multiplication equation, the addition equation for that, by adding 1/2 together. I'm going to run out of room. So I'll just keep continuing down here on the bottom, but we add 1/2 together 8 times. Okay, and that's the same as 8 times 1/2, or 1/2 times 8, which gives us 8 halves. Okay, that's also an improper fraction because the numerator is a greater number than the denominator, but we won't worry about that right this moment. Okay, so all they gave us for number 5 is 8/8. Well, that means that we have a shape that will be divided into 8 pieces. And all 8 of those pieces will be shaded in. 8/8 is also another way to say 1 whole. So as you look at this, even though it's divided into 8ths and 8/8 are shaded in, the whole shape is shaded in. So we will add 8/8 together, or 1/8 together 8 times. And that gives us 8/8. We can also say 1/8 times 8, or 8 times 1/8. Number 6, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 iterations or repetitions of 1/3. So we're going to say 6 times 1/3, which is the same as 6/3. So over here, we know that we have thirds, and we have 6 of them. So I am going to go ahead and draw. Let's see, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to divide these up into thirds. Now there's also another way this can be done, but I've chosen to do it this way. So if I color in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 1/3 pieces, I have 6 thirds. I also could have just drawn 2 shapes, divided them into 3, and colored in all 6 of those pieces. Which, if I did that, if this was all the way shaded in and this was all the way shaded in, I would have the whole number 2. If you notice over here, 6 divided by 3 is also 2. Okay, number 7, the whole is the largest rectangle. So they're talking about this is the whole. Well, we need to see how many pieces it's divided into. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 pieces. So that means we have tenths. How many are shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them are shaded. So that means we have 1/5 plus 1/5, what? Not fifth, tenth. 1/10 plus 1/10 plus 1/10 plus 1/10 plus 1/10. That's our 5 tenths. We can also say 1/10 times 5, or 5 times 1/10. Number 8, they gave us 2 times 1/12. Okay, 2 times 1/12. That must mean 1/12 plus 1/12, because that is 2 copies of 1/12. Let's see, which we know is 2/12. So for our model, we will go ahead and draw a long rectangle here and divide it into 12 pieces. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We will color in 2 of those 12 pieces. So that's 2/12. Number 9, we've got 9/4. So 9/4 is the same as saying 1/4 plus 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 1/4. So 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's also the same as saying 1/4 times 9. So I'm going to make fourths over here, and I'm just going to do 3 circles. I'll divide them up into fourths, and I'm going to color in 9 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are my 9 fourths. Okay, number 10. They tell us 1/10, 1/10. Well, 1/10 times 1 is the same as 1/10. And then if we want to do our model over here, rectangle divided up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We only need to shade in 1/10.